Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome to the first part of an unofficial ongoing series that I'm going to call Slim Talks. It's a series where I go over a topic of discussion, usually a question that I get, and just talk for a few minutes about it. It may end up being kind of a rant in some aspects, but for the most part, I'm just going to go over a topic that really interests me enough to actually talk about it for an extended period of time, and then I'm going to upload it in video form for you guys to listen to and also give your input on it as well. So for the first topic of discussion, I am going to be talking about Day 1 Let's Plays. A little backstory to how this video came to be. I actually found out very recently that there are already Let's Plays of Hyrule Warriors on YouTube. And for those who don't know, I am very much looking forward to Hyrule Warriors since it was first announced back in December of last year. I'm a huge fan of the Dynasty Warriors series. I've grown up with Zelda as well, so a combination of the Dynasty Warriors gameplay with the Zelda characters and elements was really just a dream come true for me. Me and my best friend from high school, Craig, actually used to talk about the prospect of doing something like that in the Zelda universe. I remember it was something we even kind of put down together on a notebook that I used to have. I wish I had that notebook still so I could show you guys, but I don't, unfortunately. But, you know, it's something I've been looking forward to for a very long time, and, you know, it's a game I'm really hoping to get very soon. I plan to go very early on Friday to get the game at my local GameStop, and I'm probably going to be playing it for the entire next week until Smash 3DS comes out. Safe to say, I'm really excited about it. So seeing a Let's Play of the game already, when the game's not even out yet, kind of mystified me. Now, I know the game's already been out in Japan, and it's also already been out in Europe as well, but this was an American version that I saw. And it just really got to me, because even though this is not necessarily a Day 1 Let's Play, it's still essentially a Day 1 Let's Play in the nature that people are doing a game that just came out for the sole purpose of getting lots of views and lots of subscribers, and for all those partnered channels, lots of money for doing the game. And that doesn't really sit well with me. So I ran it on Twitter. I made a few messages about how angry I was, and someone came up to me and asked, SlimKirby, what do you think about Day 1 Let's Plays? And, well, this is what my first topic of discussion is going to be about. So, before I answer this question, I'm going to go over a little bit of background to why I do Let's Plays. Obviously, video gaming has been a big part of my life since I was very young. I started playing Super Mario World when I was only 2 years old. I could barely hold the controller, but I tried my hardest to actually hold it and play it properly. I was that invested in it. And throughout the years, I've had many other gaming experiences, and you know, as a result, I consider myself a gamer from, you know, that alone. I've been gaming for a very long time. Been gaming for 23 years now, at the very least. And it's what I identify myself as. I am a gamer through and through. And part of the reasons I do Let's Plays is because I am a gamer and I want to share those gaming experiences with you guys. So if I'm playing a game like Super Mario World, I want to, you know, show you guys how to get through the game, but I also want to share stuff from my childhood about the game. It was my very first video game after all, so I have a lot of stories to say about it, and on the off chance that you're not interested in that, at least I'm playing through the game for you guys to actually see how to beat the game if you're having trouble. And it's also just a way to kind of showcase my unique personality when compared to all the other Let's Players out there, and getting through that game. So, because it's a game I've played a lot through my childhood, I probably won't get as angry as someone who has never played the game and is playing it blind for the very first time. That's what I think Let's Plays should be. They should be an individual's experience with the game, sharing it with others as they're watching, or sometimes even playing along. And as far as Day 1 Let's Plays are concerned, I don't really feel like they fit that atmosphere. Now, when I say that, I'm not necessarily saying that first day Let's Plays are bad or evil and that nobody should do them or anything like that, but I do think you should be of a certain mindset when you're actually going through with them. One major example I always point out is OdinSpack33. Several years ago, when New Super Mario Bros. Wii came out, he did actually do a day one Let's Play of that game. Now, when he actually did the Let's Play, though, he said in the very first part that he was doing the game because he really loves Mario games. He's been spending a lot of his life playing Mario games, and he wanted to share his very first experience of the game with his fans and viewers. And as one of his subscribers, I could really see and feel that message in his playthrough. I really enjoyed that playthrough, and I think it's actually one of my favorites of all the projects he's done because of that. He had a very clear objective when going through that game, and I think he accomplished it. And unlike a lot of other Day 1 Let's Players, he didn't just like sit and struggle through the entire game or anything like that. He knew what to expect, because you could tell that this man knows his Mario. He's been playing Mario games for a long time. So you could really feel that connection. And I think that connection is what is missing from a lot of those other Day 1 Let's Players. I mean, try to picture it this way. You get a new game, and you just immediately want to show it to people. You're not even sure how you really even feel about the game because you don't have that time to reflect on it. And if you do try to reflect on it, you're going to be quiet and you can't really form that bond between content creator and your audience because you're going to be trying to figure out how you feel about that game, and the audience isn't really going to connect with that because that's more of a connection between you and the game, not you, the game, and your audience. Now, if you do try to keep that relationship with your audience while you're playing the game, you're kind of missing the relationship between you and the game. You don't really know how you feel about the game. You're just reacting to very small instances of the game without having time to reflect on it. Maybe if you did a reflection video afterwards where you kind of look at everything the game presented at you and then make a clear-cut opinion like a review or something. But as far as the Let's Play is concerned, it's just, I don't know, I feel like it loses a lot of its merits by doing that, and that's why I really don't like Day 1 Let's Plays. In fact, one of the Day 1 Let's Plays I watched of Hyrule Warriors, I didn't watch the whole part, I just watched like the first several minutes of it. But for the first minute of the video, the person wasn't really even talking about the game. They were talking about their views and subscribers and, you know, all the milestones that they'd hit on their channel. And they didn't even mention anything about the game until like 1 or 2 minutes of the video was already gone. And it's like, okay, is this a video about the new game or is it about your channel and how it's doing? And, you know, by seeing that, I can tell that the person didn't really care about his subscribers because he kind of saw his subscribers as more of a number than an actual living being who actually came to this video to watch something about this new game. And that just really depresses me because that's not what I want to see you guys as. I don't see my subscribers as a number. You know, there's that little statistic that's in the top right that says how many subscribers I have, but, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you guys are all human beings who have come to my channel to watch my videos or see my opinions on different games or experience different games with me for the very first time. This is why when I see that little number on the side of my video that tells me how many views I have, it doesn't really matter to me how high or how low that number is, because regardless of that number, whether it's big or small, it's the amount of people who want to watch and experience this game with me. Whether it's 10,000, 1,000, or even just 100, it's awesome because there is a group of very special people out there who want to sit with you and watch this game with you. They want to experience it with you, and I think that's what being a Let's Player is. That experience, that joining together. Let's play. It's let us play. Plural. There's multiple people around you. You may have the controller, but you're experiencing it together. That's what I see Let's Playing as. Now, that is just my definition. Obviously, other people might have different definitions of what it means. But to me, that's what makes the most sense. And you guys are asking me what I think of Day 1 Let's Plays. So, yes, I am probably going to be using a lot of my own terminology, or at least the definitions I've used to explain that terminology. And that's essentially what I'm getting at. But when you're like, oh, these other people, when they're all like, oh my god, this many views on my video, let's get some more views, yeah, like, it's not really about the game anymore. It's about this very, very narrow-minded metagame where it's like, oh my god, we're competing with the world to see how many subscribers and views we can get. And I just think that really ruins the whole atmosphere of Let's Playing. Hell, in other videos I've seen, there are some people who don't even release the next part of their series until they get a certain amount of likes on the video. And in my opinion, that's even worse, because at that point you're kind of showing that you only care about the numbers. You don't care about this audience members that are watching. You only care about meeting that quota before you do anything else, and that's just, I don't know, that just ruins the sanctity of Let's Playing for me. And I just don't really think that day one Let's Plays are really helping that case either, because you just really see in the commentary just how narrow-minded they are. They don't care about the experience. They care about those numbers. They care about getting those numbers high. And I get it. There's a lot of people who use YouTube as their job now. And as a result, they want the high numbers. They want to see a lot of people viewing their videos, because that means more exposure. That means more ad revenue. That means more money they're going to get in their pocket. I get the marketing. That's not the issue. The issue is that it just ruins the Let's Play name to me. And that's just why I really hate day one Let's Plays, because of that. Will I never do day one Let's Plays? I don't know if I'd say that, but it's highly unlikely that I will do a day one Let's Play, because when I want to do my videos, I want to share my experience of the game with you guys, and I don't feel like I'd be able or capable to show that experience by struggling around the game trying to figure out my opinion of whether I like it or not. And that's just the truth of the matter for me. That's just the way I think, and that's why, you know, that's what I feel about day one Let's Plays. I feel like they have the potential to be fine, but a lot of people just use day one Let's Plays for the wrong reason. And that's when it all gets down to that whole Let's Play name. I think that everybody should take a step back and actually realize that. Before I close this video, I want to bring up a brief discussion I had with YouTube user PKSparkxx on Twitter before I did this recording. I was talking about this whole thing, and he actually mentioned that he felt like my views were kind of cynical. When I explained my views and kind of described why I felt that way, he started to see where I was coming from, and even admitted to me that he felt like a lot of that stuff that day one Let's Players did kind of falls in the same category that stuff he was doing. And since then, he's actually changed things quite a bit to be different than that. I asked him why, and he actually said the following: because I lost focus on the gaming that got me to get into this in the first place. I want my channels to succeed, but I lost sight on why I wanted it to succeed in the first place. I am really glad he said this, because I think this speaks volumes for the way day one Let's Players are. They don't think about the reason why they do games. They just do them so they can be the first ones out there. They want to have that initial following of people who want to look at videos for that game, because there's always a chance for that first video to be someone's last video they see of it. So if someone sees a Let's Play of Hyrule Warriors, they may only want to watch one. So if they're the first one out of the gate, there's a good chance that they're going to have some unique views that other people won't get. As a result, you have that purpose of doing a day one Let's Play for the sole reason of getting views, subscribers, and in some cases money, that clashes against the purpose for why you're doing this in the first place. PKSparkxx actually said it himself. He likes the way things are now for him, because he did go back to his original purpose. He thought about why he was doing Let's Plays to begin with, and realized that he was on a road he didn't want to be on, and he didn't like that, so he went to the way things were for him that actually got him into covering these games in the first place. And as a result, he feels a lot better about it. He even said it himself during that Twitter discussion. And I think that's true, and would be true for anybody else. I personally like the way I do Let's Plays. I still think I'm fulfilling that purpose that I do when I do my games. So as a result, I'm happy with things. I'm happy with the way things are going. Do I wish some things would be different? I mean, naturally, I think everyone does at some point or another for some reason, but on the whole, I'm happy about the way things have progressed, and I think it's because I've always kept that higher purpose in mind. And I think everybody should, because that purpose can make or break just everything. And you should just always have that purpose in mind whenever you make a move, whether it's on YouTube or off YouTube. You shouldn't be pursuing something that your heart isn't set on doing. That's true in the job world, that's true in the education world, and it's even becoming true on YouTube as well. And I think a lot of people are just forgetting about that. And that's why I think day one Let's Plays should be avoided, at least in my opinion, because it doesn't really reflect the purpose most of the times for why people are doing these Let's Plays in the first place. So I hope that all made sense. If you want some more clarifications, I can definitely try commenting if you have any questions in the comment section below. But for the most part, though, let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about this topic, if you have a strong opinion or not. If you have an opinion that's vastly different than mine, go ahead and leave that. I'd be interested in seeing it. I'm interested in seeing what everybody thinks about this, if you have an opinion or not. And if you also have a suggestion for a future topic, go ahead and suggest it. I'm always open to other topics, and if I find one that interests me, I'll definitely make a second part. But like I said, this is an unofficial series. I'm not going to have regular updates. This is just something I'm going to do every now and then whenever I have a topic of discussion. This is just something I felt very strongly about after seeing the day one Let's Plays of Hyrule Warriors, and then just talking about all this stuff with all my friends and with other YouTubers on Twitter. So this was something that basically stemmed from all of that. So that's pretty much all I have to say. So this has been SlimKirby. I will see you guys later.